Welcome to Soaring Phoenix Travels. We're Jim and Tish, and we're so excited to have you join us on this crazy, beautiful adventure we call life. Just a little backstory. We both lost our spouses to cancer in 2022, but about a year and a half ago we found each other, and now we're on a whole new journey, literally on the road. We'll be sharing our travels with you, along with our 2 cats and our trusty sidekick, Jack. For more on our story and how we first met, there's a link below to episode 1. This week, we're kicking off our tour of the legendary Bourbon Trail. Our first stop is none other than Louisville. We're diving into all things bourbon, and we do mean all things. From Michter's to Evan Williams, from Buzzard's Roost to Barrels and Billets, we've got a full tasting experience lined up. But wait, the real highlight is going behind the scenes at Maker's Mark. We're talking red wax seals, secret recipes, and a lot of tasting. I mean, someone has to do it, right? Of course, no trip to Louisville would be complete without a stop at the iconic Churchill Downs. Because what pairs better with bourbon than a little horse racing? So buckle up, grab your favorite drink, and join us as we sip our way through Louisville. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to catch our weekly episodes.
All right, so we are leaving St. Peter's, which is just outside of St. Louis, in a fantastic park we are at. What is it called? Lakeside
RV Park.
Lakeside RV Park. It's 500 acres with a lake, a big lake. Not like water skiing. I mean, it does, paddle boats and kayaks, and you can rent things. And 300 spots, I think it is. Big spots. Ours, I think there was half of them were all cement pads. Big spaces.
You can bike all the way around the lake, and on the far side, on the other side of the bike path, there's a creek. And apparently in the creek, there are hundreds of turtles. And they're protected. I don't think you can actually get down to the water and touch them or anything. And we didn't have a chance to do it, but my brother-in-law was telling me about it. So you're over here. Check out the turtles.
Just a great place. Super clean, nice people. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
One of the nicer parks we've ever been in.
Absolutely.
By far. Not a ton of shade, but if you can get past the not a ton of shade, it is so worth it. It's literally, this has been our 25th park or something like that since we left California, and by far one of the nicest parks that we've seen.
Absolutely.
Highly recommend
easy
it.
to get in and out of the spots. They're big, they're wide. It's
nice view of the lake. Just great place. Highly recommend it. I would give this probably a 9-star. Just if the 10th would be a little more shade.
If it had a little more shade and a swimming pool, this place would be a solid 10.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
and I don't even know if you need the pool because you've got the lake.
There's no swimming pool or like a little store. Like in Elk Ridge in South Dakota, they had a store. They had a pool. They had a bar there. They had a band that played. Every night somebody different. I wouldn't call it a band, just somebody that found a guitar or something. We'll say there was live music.
There is a Walmart though, only 2 miles away, so
Yeah, this is highly recommended. Location easy on and off. I mean, you're literally.
I didn't check if they allowed Amazon deliveries, but literally on the other side of the freeway is the largest Amazon distribution center in this area. So you could probably get same-day delivery if you needed something from Amazon. If they had pickup, you could just go to their parking lot, but I don't think they do that.
Yeah, it's a great place. Highly recommend it. And now we are off to the Bourbon Trail.
To the Bourbon Trail.
Been looking forward to this for quite a while. And
30 years.
30 years. And it is now only hours away. So we're heading to
We'll start tomorrow.
Yes, we are heading to a KOA just south of Louisville.
Between Louisville and Bardstown, which are the 2 kind of hubs in that area. And after that, we'll head over to Lexington and we'll do the Bourbon Trail between Lexington and Frankfort.
But I think we have a gap in there for a couple, like maybe 3 days, maybe even 4, we'll see. It's called Caverns.
Mammoth Caves.
Diamond Caverns RV Park. It's 1,000 trails near Mammoth Caves. And from the looks of it, it looks to be a pretty cool place. They've got big sights, beautiful golf course. I don't know what else. We'll find out. But
Yep.
we're looking
And we're
forward to
staying
it.
there so we can go to Mammoth Caves because that's a national park that we wanted to hit. And I assume that's going to be similar to the Lewis and Clark caves that we saw in Bozeman.
Yeah.
But larger. It's supposed to be, obviously it's named Mammoth, so it's supposed to be big.
Mammoth, huge. So we're looking forward to it.
We'll see you on the Bourbon Trail.
I don't know what this is saying.
Okay, so this is our site at the KOA. There is this creek right next to our campsite. It's absolutely gorgeous. Not quite sure how I'm going to do with the kitties out here. They may have to stay on their leashes. There is a full patio furniture, fire pit. It's absolutely spectacular. And Jim is way up there getting ready to check in. Jack is having a blast. He has already found 3 squirrels to chase. And it's still Jack 0, squirrels 3. So if you're in or around Louisville, this Shepherdsville KOA, fabulous, absolutely fabulous. That looks great, just keep coming back. I love these great big sites with no trees. It makes parking so much easier. Perfect, keep coming, and stop. You're good.
We are walking down the ski row, mini bourbon trail at downtown Louisville. Bardstown Brewery right ahead. I think the Michter's is right across the street. It's Friday at 3:30, and there's hardly anyone on the streets.
Victor's Distillery.
There it is. Michter's. And then we'll come. I know. Then we'll come back to
Bardstown
Brewery, Bourbon Company.
Okay.
We are at Michter's, the oldest and first distillery in Louisville. And while we weren't able to get on one of the tours, I am going to be able to take a couple photos and see what's going on downstairs. Okay, so we are at Barrels and Billets, and Jim is going to get a custom whiskey made. So go for it.
Okay, so I have scanned the QR code here. It's going to ask me 13 questions. My age, which I'm going to lie.
But he is over 21, so we're good.
Create your virtual taste. Taste your bourbon in seconds. So we're going to start this. Okay.
So while he's answering the questions, I'm going to do just a quick shot around this place. This is absolutely an adorable tasting room. I don't know if adorable is the right adjective to use, but that's what I'm going with. So they've got many different flights that you can choose from. He's doing this custom one. And if he likes the bourbon that he gets, and I have a feeling that's maybe the machine that makes it, then he gets to take a bottle home. So we'll get back to you as soon as he's finished with all of his questions. Okay, so Jim has answered his 13 questions, and now he's getting his custom glass of bourbon created just for him.
Yes. Is it a 1 ounce, half ounce?
It's a 1.5 ounce.
A 1.5.
A 1.5 ounce pour. There you go.
Is that it? That was quick. This is my custom bourbon. Let's see what I have designed here. It could be wonderful. It could taste like crap. Perfect.
Is it? Awesome.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
And you can have a bottle blended and you can take it home.
Oh my God, this is perfect. I could drink this like, just drink it all.
Okay, so we are getting our 2 custom bottles made of Phoenix Blend number 1. And we just found out that next door they make the, what is it?
Louisville Sluggers.
Louisville Sluggers bats, baseball bats.
Yeah, that that's what everyone uses. Look at that. You gonna share one with me?
What's that?
You gonna have some with me?
Nah, not yet. Maybe a couple hours. I can have
Well, I'm gonna be gone by then. You're not gonna get to taste this.
He can probably just push the button and get his own private
You could, yeah.
stash.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the same unless you have mine in. I know what you guys are gonna do. You're gonna steal my blend. You're gonna private label it as your own. You're gonna become world famous.
If it's that good, we might have to. All right, now for the cool part.
And there it goes.
In all your time, have you done one like that?
What's that?
With that type of blend?
It's hard to say. I do so many. Definitely see a lot with all 6, but as far as that breakdown, I couldn't tell you for sure.
Okay, that's going to make it unique.
What's that?
That'll make it unique.
Yeah. You can always tell people it's one of a kind, though.
It is one of a
Well,
kind.
it is.
Yep.
Or it's,
I mean, there's thousands of possible different,
It's-
blends you can come up with.
it's 2 of a kind.
Oh, this is unique.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Oh, look at that. Gonna heat that baby up.
Yep. Heat seals the wrapper around the lid. And while he's doing that, the second bottle's filling up in the background. This is the coolest thing.
This is way cool.
Where are y'all from?
Well, right now we're from here.
We escaped Southern California in April. I was
Okay.
born and raised there my whole entire life in
Gotcha.
Southern California, and we're done with the craziness. So we've escaped, and we're looking for a new house. We're traveling the country.
Very nice.
Yep, on our quest for our next residence.
Very cool. Well, there you are.
All right.
You're all set.
Look at this. All right.
Awesome. Okay,
Which one should I taste first?
left to
I'm
right.
going to do the first one. These are the 2 big dogs. So
Okay.
I want to taste. This was rated number 2. This was the number 1 rye in the world. In the world this year. In the whole entire world. I want to taste. I can't wait to taste number 1 in the universe. But for now, we're going to have to settle with the world.
Okay, so day 2 of the Bourbon Trail, and we are headed to Bardstown. We've got tours at Maker's Mark and Heaven Hill. And I think Jim is fully recovered from day 1 of whiskey tasting.
I am, and I'm ready for day 2.
We are at Maker's Mark getting ready for our tour,
It's 3 minutes.
and it starts in 3 minutes. So before you even start your tour, you can grab a beverage at the bar.
We're in the middle of nowhere for 3 key reasons. So number 1, all of this was here long before Maker's Mark. This all started in 1805 as a water-powered grist mill. So the grist mill sat where the still house is. It was powered by Whiskey Creek here. It was operated by the Burt family. They were the first to actually make bourbon here. They established the still house by the late 1800s. They run as the Birch Spring Distillery until Prohibition kicks them out of here. So when we came along in 1953, all of our production facility was pretty much set to go. Now, it had been abandoned all throughout Prohibition, so it was pretty rough. So when this was the Birch Distillery, they took it upon themselves to pave the road that goes to this property. This was to get people from Loretto to Lebanon really for the first time so conveniently through their distillery. They used their own money to pave the road, and the county had really no intention of paying them back, so they okayed them to set up their own toll house. So on the far side of the property here, there's the old toll house and the old toll gate where the Burks would take people's money as they came through, and they thought it'd be a wonderful idea and a great opportunity to sell some whiskey out of their liquor store over there. So that little yellow building is called the QUART Courthouse. It's literally the oldest drive-through liquor store in the United States.
Oh.
It's on the National Historic Landmark book. So this is a old piece of a still that we replaced during shutdown probably 3 years ago.
So this did not look that big outside.
I know, right? It's very
And then how many are in here?
About 4,000.
4,000.
Yeah.
And
when it's filled to the
how
brim, it's
old is
really
it? How old are they right now? These, what we're walking on?
You've got a wide variety. So truth be told, this is really the innovation warehouse. So this is a lot of experimental stuff. So who knows what the hell's in here? On Beeline though, they still load and pack the cases by hand. So they load the glassware up on the ends. That first machine down there, that flips the glass. They're gonna rinse it with whatever bourbon they're bottling for the day. The next one fills it up. This applies your cap right there. This is your pull tab and your label. So by the time this bottle comes off, it's ready to be dipped. These are your wax pots now. We've come a long way from the heat fryer. So these are continuously fed from the bottom. They're gonna give it one dip, one spin, set it up, and off it goes. All those fans are gonna pull the bottle, so by the time it makes it to the very end there, they'll just grab it off and drop it in the case. Off it goes.
Little sip?
That really
Cheers.
helps me a lot.
Cheers.
And just remember, your first sip is always terrible, no matter what. So try to go back for a second. She's like, nah, you big liar. Keep trying.
If you had 4 glasses of red wine or 4 glasses of champagne, I'd be all over it.
This would be a different party.
It would. Okay, so we are getting ready, or Jim is getting ready to hand dip his bottle of Maker's Mark number
I got my
46
sleeves.
in wax. So he gets to put his wax.
I'm getting fully sleeved here. Yeah, what's the leg
Show
technique
you
here?
what to do, and you gotta follow these instructions. Just do it a little quicker, and that'll help. Okay.
Okay. Don't get too carried away with the dipping.
So bottle on the palm of your dominant hand, other hand on the shoulder. Dip straight to the bottom, so the top of your bottle will hit the bottom of the pot.
Okay.
You'll bring it up level. 2 quick spins.
2 quick
Set it
spins.
straight up.
The secret is 2 quick spins.
Yeah, spin
1,
quick.
2, like
Yep,
that.
perfect.
Okay, hang on. I gotta do one thing.
2.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go straight down with one hand. Bring it up, double spin.
Okay,
You ready?
go.
Down. Bring it up.
And
1,
when Abby's
2,
ready, she will let you know.
and there we go.
Set it down.
And there we go. I got my own custom drip going
That's
on.
right. So it looks like you got some more
But I
drips
got a little
working.
leg, got some legs coming in the back.
Nice job.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna let it dry for about 4 minutes. As soon as it's done drying, I'll call your initials up. We'll get it right back to you.
Sweet. There we go. Now we're getting some legs going.
There you
And we
go.
got the big dog leg going.
That's right. That's right.
Is that common?
Yeah.
The big dog leg? All right.
There you go. So we are at Heaven Hill, and they do.
There it is, right there.
Right there. Evan Williams and would you say Elijah Craig? I think are some of the other
No,
whiskeys.
Evan Williams owns, I think, Evan Hill.
Not sure. It might be the other way around. We'll see. We'll find out.
We'll find out more on the tour. You are doing the Family Affair flight.
Which is Evan Williams, single batch, Elijah Craig, small batch, and Lars.
But what I'd like for you to do, pick up your glass, and I'd like for you to nose it, but I'd like for you to do it like this. I want you to do one nostril, then I want you to do the other nostril. And I don't know why this tickles me, but you're going to find out you have a dominant nostril. Could y'all tell? Now, the way I want you to do it, I want you to take a pretty good sip. Now, I said, it's your lips, it's the Kentucky kiss. You swallow it, it's not a burn, it's the Kentucky hug. But I want you to do a second, something between that. I want you to do the Kentucky chew. So once you take a sip, I want you to literally chew it. And man, when you swallow it, you're going to feel the heat. It is going to hit every taste bud in your mouth. You may
I feel the heat.
We're gonna stop right here. So I told you about Colonel Clark going to England. Well, you all, he went to that Epsom Derby and he just loved that race. He wanted to bring that idea back home. So when he got back here, he didn't have enough money to do the things he wanted to do. So he got in touch with his uncles, John and Henry Churchill. They had land way outside of Louisville and they agreed to lease the land for a racetrack. Well, at that time it was 80 acres, and now we have about 124. But he also didn't have enough money to build anything, so he got in touch with 31 people. They all put up $100 each, and they formed the Louisville Jockey Club. And this was actually called Jockey Club Park for many, many, many years. But how it became Churchill Downs, because I know you made the connection between the uncles and the name and everything. You know how people can kind of be a little snarky and say things kind of negatively when they're talking sometimes? Well, instead of saying something like, so are you going to go to Jockey Club Park? They might say, so you're going to go over to Churchill Downs. So everybody ended up starting to call it Churchill Downs. So in the 1920s, they finally named it Churchill Downs.
Join us next week as we venture underground into the world's largest cave system. That's right, Mammoth Caves National Park. But that's just the beginning of our adventure, because we're heading to Lexington for part 2 of the Bourbon Trail. Did we mention there's a castle? Yep, you heard right, a legit castle in Kentucky. Who knew? We'll be exploring caves, sipping some bourbon, and uncovering hidden gems along the way. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and join us for all the fun on the road.